Hey, what's up, everybody? Elgin Walker, eXp Realty from the Elgin and Pilar Walker team. Hey, listen, my message today to you guys that if you're thinking about buying, there's been some different changes in how our real estate industry is going to work. And this is a national thing. So it's not just me, it's not just in California, it's just national. So you may or may not have heard that there was a major lawsuit that and the National Association of Realtors, whom we call NAR, made a settlement. And what the settlement was to make sure that there was more transparency in the transaction, the real estate transaction, and to make sure both buyers and sellers understand whom is representing whom. So previously, at least here in California, when you listed a property, the seller would pay the listing agent. The listing agent would then pay a portion of whatever their commission was to the buyer's agent, the agent representing the buyer. And that's how compensation was handled. That is going to completely change. So now, for buyers, you will be required to have a buyer's broker agreement in place before even looking at properties. Now, there will be different forms to where you can look at one property with one agent, and then the contract only be valid for that property. Or if that agent that you're working with has shown value and you feel comfortable that they'll be working for you on your behalf, you'll be able to sign an agreement, and it'll be exclusive that you will be working with that agent. For good real estate agents, having that contract will make them work harder for you because there will be loyalty on both sides, and the agent's going to want to do a good job, etc., etc. Here's the biggest thing, though, that you need to know as buyers, as you are now, quote unquote, hiring your agents. The Department of Justice is now requiring that the buyers compensate the agent that's representing them versus them being allowed to be compensated by the seller. So that initial model that I just mentioned to you, to whereas the seller pays the listing agent and the listing agent pays the buyer's agent, that will no longer be in place. As a matter of fact, it's going to basically be illegal at this particular point. So the buyer's agents that you work with or buyer's agent that you work with will have to have you sign an agreement that you will be responsible for their commission. Now, of course, that's something that, I shouldn't say of course, it will be legal to possibly negotiate that. It will your agent can possibly negotiate that in the offer with the seller's agent, but the seller is no longer going to be allowed to say, for instance, the 6% is what I'm paying the listing agent, and then the listing agent says I'm giving the selling agent 3%. That's no longer going to be allowed. It's also not going to make a difference, buyers, if you go to the listing agent directly. The listing agent is still going to be required to have a buyer broker's agreement signed, and we have to charge you some compensation to look at the home and to see if it's a home that you like. Now, this is going to be fluid. There's going to be lots of different things coming out of this, but what you need to know now, if you're buying, is that look for and commit yourself with an agent that you can trust, an agent that you can be loyal to and you feel is loyal to you, meaning they're looking out for your best interest, do the best job they can for you, and that agent will be able to explain this in more detail. I want to emphasize, this is not something that one company is doing. This is not something that's only happening in California, This is the new order of how real estate will be done. Feel free. You can reach out and contact myself and our team, and we can go through some of this stuff in detail. We're actually, honestly thinking for us, because we like to do an extreme job for our buyers and our sellers, that this will be opportunities for us to show you how much value we bring to the table and why representation from us is at a different level. Thanks. Be looking more for this because there's more to come.